open up, open up. Shut it down like a Macintosh. Open up, open here. Cold as ice and Coca-Cola.
Alright, we're out at Trey's, working on his 450. So Trey, what's going on?
It's junk. Gonna scrap it. Runs fine at idle. That's about it, man. Change the oil, put a new spark plug in it. We're gonna see how it goes here in a little bit. Still got a few things to put back together on it, but we're gonna see what happens here.
So right now we're in the process of just kind of putting things on loosely. Trey's in the process of it because he's got a small oil leak. So we're gonna look at that soon, and still missing.
Unfortunately, exactly what Devin said. Small miss. Now it misses at about quarter throttle instead of under a load. So that's a problem. We took the carb apart, cleaned it. Didn't look too dirty. So that worries me. A new plug in it. Changed the oil. Oil looked good. There was no shavings or anything like that. Now we're just putting her together. There's, I think, a small oil leak. If you can, here, I'll take the phone. Right there. Possibly going back into there. Running down into here.
You can see he's keeping his tires at a low
I
PSI.
just don't want to put too much air in there. You know, that's bad for him.
Likes a smooth ride.
Yeah. Riding on the rims, baby.
He moved his clutch lever though, so it's a lot easier to pull. I just got it in this different groove down here. Shit. So for those of you that don't know, Trey's dad, named Bart, he used to race quads. So he's still got his old quad here. What is he putting in Trey? The motor?
The 400 has to be rebuilt. He's got a 265 in it right now.
So it's already pretty fast. Trey told me earlier that his dad was clocked going 80 on a corner in the ice. So
Oval.
in an oval. So Bart knew how to hammer down. So Trey didn't get the good genes, I guess.
Bart's slow.
Alright, so if you're watching this, I'm just editor, so don't shoot the messenger there. Alright, boys and girls, you may not have known it was down, but the 450 is back up and running. Yeah! We kind of took
It's junk.
we went through his carb. We cleaned out the pilot and stuff like that. Then when we were doing that, we found that he had an oil leak. So we kind of looked into that, but didn't look very far into it. Then we wanted to see if what we did kind of solved the problem, but he wasn't too optimistic on that. So we put together his four-wheeler, kind of screwed things on pretty loosely, and it wasn't missing, so he took it out for a spin around back, and it ended up running just fine. So
I guess it was a winter
that's kind of what we did. Yeah! I'm gonna give you a little... Alright guys, so I'm gonna give you a little background on this silver Trans Am here. Grandpa bought this like a couple months before, so I'm just gonna kind of fill you in. So I believe like CA or something like that, and we ended up not making... He bought this and two Alice Chalmers tractors. One of them was I believe like CA or something like that, and we ended up not making that into a project tractor, and we sold that one because me and my dad kind of decided that we weren't gonna start on that. I was kind of younger, so I didn't really understand at the time. Looking back on it, we definitely should have done it for sure. But the other one is an old D15, and we got that one repainted and all that stuff, and it looks really nice. So this, you can't see it really right now because it's dark, and that's like the... It's cool to have two, kind of have a piece of my grandpa left, but it is a really cool car, and it's one of those things that's cool to have to... Hopefully you guys like it. Alright guys, so I got the notification online today saying that my shirt was supposed to be in today, and so I decided that I was going to take a video of me taking it out of the package. So dang. Alright. That's what it looks like. It says Dorn 32 on the back. It looks pretty big, so I don't know, we'll find out. That's what the front looks like, so... was more worried about if Trey was all right. So what happened was me and Trey were talking, and he wanted to hit the jump that I made and try to clear it. And it was like a 15-foot jump, which you'll see later. And I knew that like it wasn't gonna end well because I built it and I knew that it needed some work yet. I just kind of threw some dirt on the pile and just kind of hit it a couple times to see what happened. So the takeoff part of the jump was so steep that when you hit it, it's just gonna lift your back end up. So that's what happened to Trey, is he hit it, it lifted his back end up, and he came down with his nose down. And then there's a tree there, which also was a horrible design part on me, which I knew that was there, and so that's why we never really hit it fast the first time, but Trey wanted to, I guess. So then he came down, and he hit the tree, and he flipped over the handlebars. The only thing he really did to his body was he just kind of hit his finger, I think on his clutch. Other than that, he was fine. Tree though. What do you have to say, Trey?
What can you do? 11.
But then we looked at his four-wheeler, and his two wheels were totally misaligned. His right wheel was like 2 or 3 inches behind his left wheel. So that's what happened, and you'll also see that later. So I guess we're just gonna have to figure out what he's gonna do with that one.
1, 2, 3. 15-foot jump. Fucking hit her harder.
I told you it was big, dude. Custom ink, and I looked, and it did. Oh.